Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Good morning, everybody. Well, my goodness, we have a lot to cover today. Little bit of a catch up from yesterday's video, plus some more information. So let's just jump in with both feet and get there, shall we? Let's go. All right, we're starting off with some good news. It's been reported the Queen will appear on the Buckingham Palace balcony along with her three heirs, Charles, William, and George. This is to absolutely make a statement about where the monarchy is going and showing everybody that it's in good hands when she's gone. I think this woman is a very smart cookie. I think she's setting everything up so that when she's gone, the transition will be, very smooth. Do I agree with a lot of the things she's doing? No, I don't agree with the fact that she won't strip Harry and Meghan of their titles. If she had done that in the very beginning when she stripped them of everything else, this nonsense that's going on now wouldn't be happening. So, yeah, I don't agree with everything, but this I agree with, and I'm looking forward to this. And then you've got stuff like this coming up. The Republicans who want to get rid of the monarchy put up anti-Queen posters right ahead of the Jubilee. Even if you want the monarchy abolished after Queen Elizabeth has passed away, putting up these posters right before her Jubilee is so disrespectful. I can't believe that this was even allowed. I mean, this woman has dedicated her whole life to this country, and this is how she gets repaid? And they put up pictures of Charles and Andrew and so, I mean, really? Oh my God, these people are ill. All right, let's turn our attention back to some good stuff. The Earl of Wessex, Edward, unveiled a statue of the Queen that was modeled on her at Trooping the Colour back in 1984. Looks like a great statue. Here's a video. Watch this. Yeah, I love the statue. Looks very nice. I think they did a good likeness of her. That's just something that if I ever get to London, I'm going to have to go take a look at. And I love, once again, that Edward is getting more and more work. Love it. All right, these stories are starting to come out about Harry and Meghan and what's going to happen at the Jubilee. So let's just tackle them one at a time. The first one is that Harry and Meghan are not going to be allowed to sit close to Charles and William at the church. Can you really blame them after what happened last time? I'm sure you all remember this when they all got to the church. And then Harry got mad that William didn't give him more of a nod. And the lip readers caught him saying, "Did you see that? He didn't even acknowledge us. Do you want to get out of here?" And he tilted his head towards the door. And Meghan just stared at him. Here it is again in slow motion, so you can see it. And then Harry sat through the rest of the service looking mad, like a little kid. He was whispering in Meghan's ear and looking around and just looking generally unhappy. And my goodness, when they went to leave, the look on Harry's face was just one of thunder. And everybody was just shocked. Who needs this behavior again in church when he's around the family? That's why they're not going to let him sit with them. Well, the articles are coming out that Harry and Meghan better be prepared for some backlash and hostility because people are really upset with them and feel like they're there just to cash in, which of course they are. They asked Angela Levin what she thought, and Angela Levin said, the question is, will they continue to use their royal status to make money? Because look what happened. Harry came to see the Queen briefly right before the Invictus Games and almost immediately gave an interview to an American station where he was talking about the Queen and how she has the right people around her. He said, she said these conversations are supposed to be private, but Harry can't stop talking. And my guess is they know what they've done. They've called the UK racist and they've called them names. They're well aware of what they've done, which is why I think they know not to go elsewhere and do other things because of what could happen to them. You know what I'm saying? Which leads us into this next article. Harry and Meghan have agreed to not overshadow the Platinum Jubilee, and they will not attend any public, events where they could take over, if you know what that means. So yes, they will be at the service of Thanksgiving and trooping the color, although they won't be on the balcony. I don't think they're going to be in the carriages unless they really should be scared that people will throw things at her, or throw things at them, I should say. They have agreed to only take part in official engagements and not, go around where they shouldn't be and create a hubbub. All right, and the stories are coming out that they want to celebrate Lilibet's first birthday there. Yeah, I'm sure they'll tape it. I'm sure they'll use it in Netflix. There's got to be something in there. However, apparently, diaries are very full on Saturday, and they can't fit in the birthday party for a 1-year-old. Good. It's being said that they will limit themselves to public engagements only. They will focus on spending time with family in private, and they will not make unannounced visits anywhere. Apparently, their only correspondence with the palace has been to discuss logistical arrangements because royal aides are keeping them at arm's length about wider plans, which I completely understand. Now, while all this is going on behind the scenes, London is getting ready for this party. What I would not give to have a ticket and be able to go, you guys just have no idea. I would love to be there for this. This is a historical, once-in-a-lifetime event, and I'm actually very sad that I'm missing it, but you guys have a great time for me. Well, the information is out. Meghan did fly over on a private jet, like any of us are shocked by that. But supposedly, even though she wanted to be incognito, the security detail gave the game away at the memorial that were set up by the parents, right? Now you pan out from the pics of Meghan kneeling in humility like Mother Teresa, and there's everything there. But her sudden arrival, because she got there even before President Biden, makes everybody nervous that she could do something to overshadow the royal family. We all know that they're going to. They've got something planned up their sleeve. It's no different than when she and Harry went to the Los Angeles National Cemetery on Remembrance Day. Actually, they went days earlier and they brought a fashion photographer in tow, and they trampled all over American dead and then released the pictures on Remembrance Day so that they could compete with the royal family. Same thing. The articles are coming out that, people are not doubting that her heart is hurting like everybody else in the United States, but the problem is that this trip looks like an attempt to co-opt an unimaginable tragedy for her own PR. What exactly did she think was going to happen when she takes a private jet, rolls up in Texas, brings all the cameras and everybody with her? They hold everybody back so she walks around and gets her photos. I mean, are you kidding? And people are pointing out that instead of spending all that money and the carbon footprint, I might add, on a private jet and security and all the money she had to pay, why didn't she make a donation to one of the charities that's there? Why didn't she make a donation to the funeral homes that have offered to give free funerals to these children? She could have bought some caskets. There's so much she could have done, when I think about it, there's just so much she could have done. And instead, this was all about, oh, no, I'm here in a personal capacity. Step back. The cameras need my picture. Come on. Which leads me into the next story. Miss Mandana, who I showed you in my video yesterday, was there, put up a post confirming that she was there. And then put up a post saying, here's where you can donate some money. Well, let me tell you something. First of all, you guys didn't donate any money to that memorial fund. You spent a shit ton of money on a private jet and, camera crews, etc., but you didn't donate because if you had, it would have been all over the news. Anything that Archewell or Meghan or this woman touches, I won't touch. I will donate money, but not to this fund because for all I know, Meghan's got her hand on it. She might be making a profit off of it. I'm sorry, you guys, but they've proven themselves, Meghan especially, to be a liar. She's sneaky. She's underhanded. She's all about attention for herself. I have no interest in doing anything that they're involved with. Sorry. So if you want to go visit in a private capacity, you do what Matthew McConaughey did. Because believe it or not, he grew up in that town. So as soon as the shooting happened, 3 days later, he went to that town in a private capacity. He was seen driving in his truck. He refused to stop and talk to reporters. He waved at them, but he didn't give any interviews. He did not do anything to draw attention. He didn't bring cameras. He posed with some people. He met people in a private capacity, and then he left. Nobody even knew he was there. That's how you do a private visit. And he had every right to go there because that's his hometown. So going back to the whole Harry and Meghan thing, Dr. Shola, the race baiter, this is the kind of stuff that makes me not even want to listen to her. If she would at least admit when she's wrong, but she will never admit when she's wrong. As you can see, she put up a post and she said, Meghan isn't afraid to follow her heart and they hate her for it. The haters don't want her to see her do anything good. But when Duchess Kate laid flowers, nobody vilified her or considered it a PR stunt. Now, Dr. Shola is very aware that she should be aware that when Kate went, her office didn't make an announcement. She didn't tell anybody she was going. She didn't bring a film crew. As a matter of fact, the only reason that people found out she was there was because somebody in the crowd recognized her, whipped out their phone, and took a video of her. That's the only reason anybody even found out she was there. And so this woman is well aware of the difference, but she just can't admit that Meghan did something wrong. And that's what makes her, again, somebody that I can't listen to. If you can't reason out the difference between what the two of them did, then there is something wrong with you. Oh, and I still never got a response from Dr. Shola. She never responded to anybody about what happened to that poor girl in her country, the one that was stoned to death by the men, because she asked the other classmates to not put religious texts up on the WhatsApp. She never responded in any way to the death of that poor girl. No, she's too busy trying to lift Meghan up. Oh. Now, Scooby-Doo, of course, had to throw himself out there and go, look, it's been reported that it wasn't a private capacity and they didn't know who she was. She didn't tell anybody who she was. Okay. These people need to coordinate their stories a little better because it came out that Meghan did have conversations with people at the community center and she told them not to believe the stories they read about her and her husband. Well, if they didn't know who she was, how are they having the conversations? Ellie Hall actually did a video interview. Remember, she's the one that screwed Yankee Wally, and she's the one that wanted to be a royal reporter again, and they said no. And so now she's so anti-monarchist, it's a joke. She did she did an audio thing. It's on Twitter. I'm not playing it. These people need to, get their stories straight. Here's a perfect example. Ellie Hall put this up yesterday or the day before. Meghan did not bring cameras to the community center when she dropped off her donation. She avoided the news cameras. She avoided the reporters. And so today she puts up another tweet, and I just finished the interview, the one that I was telling you guys about. I just finished the interview. This is the woman who met Meghan, introduced her to the volunteers. So no, she was not anonymous. And then she put at the bottom, who says Meghan did not bring the cameras? You did. Stories even have come out that Meghan told one of the directors at the community center, while she was there incognito, that she held her children a little bit tighter. Everybody knew who she was. That's why there were photos taken. Okay, moving on from this. All right, next up, we're going to discuss really quickly. Everybody said, Neil Sean said it wasn't Netflix that was there. Right, that's wrong. Do you guys really believe, since the only thing that Harry and Meghan have in the hopper is the Heart of Invictus, which is over, and their Netflix docuseries, why else would anybody be there taking pictures and video of her? That was Netflix. I've already shown you several pictures that show the cameras, the still photos, the people that were there working for her, that were taking the photos. First they were on one side, then they were on the other side. We've already shown you this. Now, I will let you know, it's on the internet, that Netflix was contacted, but they did not confirm or deny that they were there. So that tells me that they were there. They didn't want to say yes, but they couldn't deny it in case it came out. Now, right after she laid down the roses, only in front of one cross, I might add, while there were 20-something crosses there, she only bothered to lay flowers at one of them. There was a video, again, here's a video of her as people are getting their last little shots of her, and she's walking off, and she's getting in the car, and you see the camera people following her. There's no denying who these people are. Watch this again. Now, I want you to watch this. It's several different angles, but watch as she's walking away and she gets to her coworker that she puts her hands up to her mouth like she's so upset. Just watch these.
Such a tragic
Message for the Hispanics.
Now, for those of you who think I'm wrong and you think that that's not Netflix people, then I guess we'll just have to wait until their Netflix documentary comes out. But I am willing to bet that that footage that you see being taped is going to be in the Netflix documentary. I'll bet you guys money. Okay, now I have to bring something else up that somebody pointed out to me, that Meghan tries to change her color depending on who she's dealing with. So, when she was at Polo, which was all Caucasian people, as you can see on the right, she was as pale as snow. When she was going to Texas to deal with a community that's mostly Latino, she got a spray tan. Remember that? I mean, the color change is pretty obvious here, and this is just a couple days apart. Remember when they won that fake NAACP award and she tried to make herself look super dark, but the tan came out looking orange? Yeah, she seems to want to change her color based on who she's dealing with. Now, I want to address one other thing that I saw on Twitter. Somebody is saying that the Sussex Squad raised $50,000 for the World Central Kitchen. I think that's how you call them. If that is true, good for them. There's nothing wrong with them fundraising to give to charities. But I'll tell you what I noticed. There's multiple times that the Sussex Squad has raised money, but they don't give the money to Archewell, I've noticed. They give the money directly to whatever charity they're raising for, which is exactly what they should do, because I think even they realize, they're not that stupid, they realize also that any money that's given to Archewell, 95% of it goes to Harry and Meghan and not to the charity. So I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is, good for them. I think that's a fabulous thing. I don't think that's anything to scoff at. All right, throwing this in at the end also, apparently Nacho's wife, here it is the next day after she was so upset, and they're having a picnic. No children to be seen of theirs. That little boy on the right, that's not theirs, unless he suddenly got stunted in his growth and has brown hair. Of course, that could be it, because we all know that they color corrected all their photos to make Harry have more hair and to make it really red, etc., etc. But no, they're out enjoying a picnic. My point in pointing this out, ladies and gentlemen, is to show you guys that no, she's at a picnic, but she still hasn't gone just a couple of hours down the road to see her own father. Spot on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to end this video, several people have asked me how I'm doing, and so I wanted to put up some pictures to show you the progression since my surgery, which was 8 days ago. So this is day one as soon as I got home, and you can see that they stitched my eyelids half closed, which was really annoying. This second picture was taken that evening of the same day. Here we are a couple of days later. The bruising, as you can see, the bruising always got worse before it got better, obviously. Then it started to go down, and finally I went to see the doctor and he removed some of my stitches. The doctor did not remove the stitches from below my eyes, both of them, believe it or not, because he said they're still too swollen. But hopefully very soon they'll come out. The swelling has massively improved, although I still look like I was in a boxing match, but I guess that's to be expected. I will tell you that this is one of the most painful things I think I've ever done, and I highly recommend you don't do it unless you absolutely have to. All right. This has to be one of the longest videos I've done in a long time. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm not going to go through it all. You guys just go ahead and leave those comments. You know I'm going to read them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And if you are subscribed, double check and make sure you're still subscribed, okay? Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter, Getter, Rumble. You can email me. For those of you who have donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.